So, last time we were finishing up emotional intelligence, and this was the assignment that you had. But why are we doing emotional intelligence in the first place? Why do we spent an awful lot of time on it? So why? What's its relevance to leadership?
It is part of one of the filters we see reality through.
Absolutely. So emotions is definitely one of the filters we see reality through. Great. Why else do we spend so much time? Yes?
You mentioned that once you reach a critical skill level, that improvements in emotional intelligence are exponentially more valuable to a leader than continuing to try to improve your skills.
Yeah, absolutely. Why is that the case? We covered some of the biology of that. Why is that true? Why would emotional intelligence be more important to leadership effectiveness than any further increase in technical skills or IQ?
It's how you relate to people. So, I mean, if you can't control your emotions, and how you come across with people, it's going to improve, how you function as a leader versus your technical skills, don't play as big a role, especially the higher you get up. But,
yeah.
If you're angry or you're a jerk all the time or whatever, then it's hard to be a good leader because you're going to be treating people differently.
Yeah, and you set the whole mood and tone inside your organization, right? So if you're in a bad mood, people inside your organization tend to be in a bad mood. And this is that limbic resonance piece, that emotions are contagious, whether we like it or not, right? So, yep, so you are almost like the tuning fork inside of your organization. What you set as your pitch and your tone, that's the tone that the rest of the organization, because all eyes are on you. Once you've got a leader's position, well, eyes are on you. And you become the tuning fork. Everybody else sets their tone according to your tone. So it's the really high leverage place for a given set of technical skills. Are people productive or unproductive? Has a lot to do with the mood and emotion inside the organization. But certainly you're not going to be able to reach your own potential unless you can begin to actually have the ability, self-management. So what you've been doing in this exercise the exercises that I've been prescribing for the last few weeks is self-awareness, developing your awareness of what your own background mental chatter is, right? Awareness of your emotions. So that's been good to see in reading your discussions where you're going, I'm more aware of my emotions now. Beautiful, because that's the doorbell, to take a look to see if there's something that can be improved here. And here's an example. I've just put an example in here of someone. I thought this was great. And it's interesting, too, because I want to get your data. I generally consider myself a positive person, and this close analysis of my thoughts did prove that to be true. So here's what I'm learning. I was a bit surprised, however, that the average percentage of positive thoughts wasn't higher. Now, did anybody else have that experience, by the way? Yeah, where your percentage of positive thoughts is not as high as you think it is, typically. I also try to behave in ways that spread positivity. In that sense, I suppose there's a very direct correlation between the undertones of my mental chatter, my experience of my life, and my behavior. Perfect. Bingo. Yes. So here's this is an analysis. This is what he said. This person is saying, I see a real correlation between these things. Excellent. And so that's why we work with the mental chatter, the thought piece of it. The thought is almost, it's not totally, but 85% of your moods, your experience of your life has to do with the stuff that goes on in your head. Right? So that's what I'm trying to get you to do with all these different exercises is actually look at what's going on in your head and look at the corresponding emotions you have in your experience of your life. Because then you can clean up your thinking and your experience of your life and your emotions will change. So this was perfect. What are you learning? Yes. Thank you.